welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're on F1 2019 for a last to first challenge. Now this week's race weekend in real life is Canada, so I thought I'd head to the Villeneuve Circuit to do just that. Now I was picking my driver, I was thinking, who do you want to be? And I've been a big fan of Nico for a long time, so I thought, let's dive into his car, see if we can give him a last bit of glory as he won't be on the 2020 game. You can see we've got off to a very good start as we're already up to 17th on the grid after the first few corners, and the difficulty has been lowered so that we can compete with those top drivers, the likes of Hamilton, the likes of Leclerc, to see if we can get a win in this Grand Prix. But we still have to work our way all the way from the back, so it's not going to be easy. You can see we have in Rich and Hotland to kick off this Grand Prix, and we're right behind our teammate Daniel Ricciardo, who's currently standing headed off to McLaren in real life next season. We actually done really wide out of the corner there, get a poor exit. Ricciardo's easily able to clean through, and if it was a better driver and a better car, I reckon Russell would have been able to get past as well, hopefully. Oh, and that's a big swerve right there. We are very, very fortunate indeed. We take a look at the back of Ricciardo. He brakes earlier than anticipated. We get out of it, and then we're able to attack conveniently as we head onto the next straight, down the main back straight here, and we've got to get the pace, and we're up into P14. If we can just close it out, avoid the wall of champions, and we should be good. Hunt to the back of Lando Norris, but as you can see already, Lewis Hamilton up in first, and then also second through fourth, already gaining a little bit of a gap. However, one man that is causing issues for the Red Bulls at least is Sergio Perez. If you look up ahead on the mini-map, you can see Perez creating issues for both Verstappen and Alex Albon, which is helping us at least a little bit close down the pack. We've got past Norris though. We're taking a look at Lance Stroll right now. He's going to brake early. We're going to try and cut around him. But he takes up the whole of the corner, doesn't give us the space, and we're forced to defend from Lando Norris at the same time. Make sure we can hold our position. Now heading into the second sector of just the second lap of the Grand Prix, we've already gained 7 positions, which, in my end, I'm going to be honest, is a pretty good start, I've got to say. Now the one thing that does concern me, ERS is looking alright, but fuel, we've already used a fair chunk of the overfueling that we used, so we're going to be cautious, make sure that we're maintaining it and we have enough for the end of the Grand Prix when things start to get tight. We're here side by side into the hairpin with Stroll, a little bit of a lag spike there actually. Don't like to see that at all in the game. We stick it around the outside, lovely bit of overtaking, playing gameplay there, and we're up into P12 down the back straight once again, chasing on Pierre Gasly in the Toro Rosso. Now, 2018 was not a good year for Pierre Gasly as he went up to Red Bull and then got swiftly dropped back down to Toro Rosso as Hamilton, you can see up front, sets another fastest lap of the Grand Prix. We've got a trio of drivers here, signs up ahead, makes a move on Kevin Magnussen. We're going to see if we can get the spoilers, and the DRS is open as well. Is there going to be an opportunity to Kvyat with a slight look up here? We're going to stick it up the inside, so Kvyat runs very wide. Can we take a peek at Magnussen as well? We might just get the opportunity, bump tiring a little bit, but we might just have a little room, and we're going to sneak it around the outside there through the corner, and we're up and into the points. P10 after just 2 laps and 1 sector. A very, very good start to this Grand Prix, it's got to be said.
16 laps to go.
So we've just got through the hairpin and we're right on the back of Carlos Sainz now, ready to make a move. We have DRS, he's probably not quite within range. And one interesting thing to see as we skip past the new Ferrari driver actually, Max Verstappen really has been held up by the Red Bulls. The other man I can confirm in there is Kimi Raikkonen, and we're going to be able to take huge advantage as they go so slowly as they head to the Wall of Champions. We stick it up the inside of Max Verstappen, a very ballsy move, looking for a gap. We can't really find one. The whole track is chock-a-block, a little bit of a touch on Kimi Raikkonen's back wheel, could have sent us spinning. We hold together, trying to see if we can get a gap. At a turn 2 here we do, we get a good traction. We're up into P7 with that. Alex Albon up in 6th, and Sergio Perez and the front 4 especially have been able to get a little bit of a gap, which is concerning to see. However, Albon is well within reach, as is Perez, but the one man, Hamilton, is gaining a fair chunk of the lead, it must be said. So we're hunting down DRS, and hopefully Albon we can take pretty soon.
P7 now.
So here we are, we're headed up to the hairpin. We're closing in on the back of Alex Albon here. He cuts the inside, he's going to defend his position. We're going to try and roll this one around the outside, get a really good X out of the corner. Albon though blocks us off, great bit of defensive driving. We switch then across the track, trying to get that position. Are we going to be able to squeeze this one? If we do hit the wall, it will be a very messy crash. But we've just been left enough room by Alex, the right young driver, actually 24 years of age, older than you think, to be fair. But we're up into P6 of that, avoiding the Wall of Champions, get the DRS off of Albon for the prior time, and we should be able to push on Perez, who won't have DRS here, but as you can see, a lot of DRS needs to be saved before we can really push and attack those front 4 drivers. But for now at least, we've got Sergio Perez right in our sights. He's not an easy driver to get past, who's seen from his stats on F1 2020, a very good driver, strong racecraft, a lot of experience. On the first wins at McLaren was very, very criticised indeed, but we dive up the inside here. It's a ballsy move. Perez squeezes to the corner. Are we going to be able to cut it through? We do just about. We might get DRS to take the move back. You can see Alex Albon now attacking us from behind. He may get the position as we are boxed in. Perez defends, Albon tries to sneak up our outside, and we just about hold P6 for now. Albon still on the pressure, but without Perez with the DRS, we should be able to at least get past the Mexican when it comes to this next turn, so there's no need to rush in, make a dive into the hairpin and ruin our line. Just take it comfortable. He won't have DRS, we can run rich mix and high ERS. ERS has changed next year, actually that's one thing to note for F1 2020. We have the DRS, same move as Alex Albon, he squeezed us again, but he's not going to ruin his race by trying to go very, very aggressive. So we remain and we're up into P5 with a lovely move, just 5 laps into this Grand Prix. So we jump forward a few laps onto lap 7, and as you can see, after getting past Perez, we have closed the gap on that 2nd to 4th bunch. Hamilton has got a huge lead. You can see Leclerc, Vettel and Bottas have been fighting a hell of a lot. Now hopefully we don't get caught up in this mess. You can see they're continuing to scrap all the way down the straight. It's a ridiculous amount of fighting, but this actually works beautifully in our favour as they all just completely get in each other's feet, tangling each other up. We're going to take not one but 2 of them as we head into the first turn. We take a peek at Leclerc as well, trying to get the trio of overtakes, but we're still sitting P3, gifted 2 positions just because they were fighting so much. To be honest, we shouldn't have caught them for another lap or 2, but a huge blessing we have been gifted there. But thing to note, we are boxing this lap. Lap 8, we are heading into the pits. So we want to make sure we can get away from these guys, but also save as much ERS as possible. So we're going none for now. Going to get the DRS as Leclerc. If we lose position, not the end of the world. We can gain it back, hopefully with an undercut, although some of these guys may be boxing the same lap. The main opponent is Hamilton in first place, who currently has a hefty lead of about 11 seconds. Annoyingly, we run quite wide through there. We're going to skip forward onto the pits now. As you can see, we do get a decent performance out of them coming out of the pits, and we're sitting in P9, coming out in between, I believe it's Grosjean and George Russell as we come out. Thankfully for us, actually, this really helped this is Sebastian Vettel has come out a few places behind. Just that couple of seconds has made a huge difference. We're sitting P9, and then we can chase down, hopefully get past Grosjean, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, undercut. So we're closing in on Grosjean now as we shut off the DRS. And we're going to see if we can make a move. Probably wait until the main straight to be honest, because we want to make sure that we do get the DRS, but we can't be wasting too much time. You can see Bottas and Leclerc up ahead on the mini-map. Oh, sorry, I think Bottas, someone's pitted. You can see Hamilton, I think that is actually behind the Red Bull, so we're not going to be able to get the undercut off, which is a little bit of a pain. But we run around the outside of Romain Grosjean with a good move on the Frenchman right there. We're still going to get our DRS. We whack up Rich Mix and overtake, trying to close as much of a gap as we possibly can, trying to get ahead, more importantly actually, of Charles Leclerc and Valtteri Bottas, depending on how good the tyres are. And because we've been held up a little bit during this lap, we don't know whether we can come out ahead. If we slip and slide a little bit there, you can see they are leaving the pits as we head now into turn 1. It's an 11.8 second gap to Hamilton in the lead, and Leclerc gets ahead, but Bottas will not. So we remain in P3. Not a lot has changed. Vettel has been swamped behind, but we still have Leclerc to get past, which is a little bit of a pain. But there's still 8 laps to hopefully chase down the leader. And we're charging towards the hairpin right now. Hopefully we're going to try and make a move on Leclerc with the DRS. Hamilton so far ahead. He's got no one to defend himself with. We've actually been setting purple sectors, as you can see. So we're lapping fairly quickly right now. We stick it to the inside, and we just have so much more. Jesus, I don't know what has gone on with the video recording there, so I apologise for that. But something has glitched out quite badly. So that Leclerc overtake was at a million miles now, to be frank. We do see, as you see there, the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with a 1:13.0. The gap is down to 10.7 seconds, but with 8 laps remaining, we're going to have to be very, very quick if we're going to close this gap and catch Hamilton, who is a fair chunk ahead. Now to lap 12 of the Grand Prix, we've gained a little bit of space from Leclerc. You can see Hamilton still has a very healthy gap at 9.8 seconds as we run quite wide there, but then you see the thing that has blessed up is his own teammate that has cursed him. Oh, we're sitting here driving thinking there's only one way we can be saved, and then we see it. The safety car has been deployed, and not just VSC where we wouldn't be able to gain in time, but the full-blown safety car is coming out, and what a better time it could be. Now the race is no way guaranteed, but with the pack closed, it's going to be all to play for when the pits come together. and everybody's going to be fighting for it. The clerk's going to be back in, maybe Vettel, but mainly myself and Hamilton will have a head-to-head opportunity to see who can come out on top once this safety car comes to a close, that 4 laps remaining. And as you can see, as we jump onto lap 14, the safety car is coming in, and there you see, prepared to resume racing, no overtaking. Hamilton actually gets a good exit out right there. It's going to be said, gains are probably a couple of tenths there as we respond quite slowly, but we are full on green light racing as we cross the finish line. And there we go, 4 laps to see if we can beat Lewis Hamilton here. Pick up Nico Hulkenburg, his first win in Grand Prix history. Now we're going to make sure we don't lose the podium at the same time. So obviously, he's never experienced one of them either, but 4 laps, about 5 minutes of racing to see if we can close this gap and take the victory. And now we are headed up to the hairpin on lap 15 still. Nothing much happened in the middle sets, so we jumped to the end of it. And you can see Hamilton, he's got a little bit of a gap. We're going to go full rich, hot lap ERS. Do we have enough to close the gap without DRS? Is the slipstream powerful enough around the Gilles Villeneuve Circuit? We're closing in tight. Hamilton's going to defend to the inside. We switch to the outside. Hamilton, can he defend? Well, he does actually, coming through the corner very nicely. We have a slight tank slapper, and that's enough for Hamilton to get the gap he needs. Staying ahead as we jump onto lap 16. 3 laps to go. Leclerc and Vettel already a way behind, so it is now definitely a 2-horse race as we come into these final laps. And as we head on to lap 16, the circus is here. Once again, we head up into overtake, a lot less ERS this time. Hamilton has been lapping so quickly, but we come here, we're going to have the opportunity, we're going to try and take it to the inside. A very ballsy move here. We stick it up the inside, giving Hamilton just enough room as we head through the chicane. Both of us avoiding the wall of champions, and we're side by side here, but our issue, we're out of ERS right now. We have nothing to run on as DRS is enabled, as you see there. We have the inside line, but can we hold it when we go down into non-ERS? That is the question. We're also running fairly low on fuel, so we have to save there as well. So can we hold this position? We run through the first sector. It's fairly clean, but it's not brilliant as we're running through here. Coming up to that first mini straight halfway through the lap. If we can defend through there, that's going to be the real test for this Grand Prix. You can see Vettel has actually got past the clerk. If you look behind us, we jump up into low ERS to give us just that little bit more pace boost. Is it going to be enough? Hamilton, ballsy, he's a 6-time world champion, you can't blame him, goes for the dive. We go side by side, we head up to the hairpin. He's probably going to have the better pace, but we're still having the same ERS now. Do we go for the dive bomb? No, we do not. We're going to try and rely on the slipstream, but with Hamilton having DRS, that's going to be even tougher than normal. We flip it up to rich mix. We're only going to use medium ERS here because we need to save as much as we can for that last lap when it's going to be so crucial. We chase behind here. We're using the slipstream as much as we can. The DRS is making that bit much more of an impact. We get a nice turn through the corner though, so we're still going to be fighting for it as we head onto the last lap of the Grand Prix now. A quarter of a lap's fuel remaining, very little ERS, so we're going to have to stick it down to low now. And if we can stick with them for these last 2 sectors, we have a chance to win the Grand Prix. So here we are then, the final turn. We have a 0.3 second gap to Hamilton up ahead, which is basically what you need to get past. However, without the second part of the straight, it's going to be so tight. So here we go, this is it for the Grand Prix right now. The final straight, do we have enough pace heading through? We open DRS for the first time in this Grand Prix in this final stages. We jump past Hamilton, but can we defend it through the corner? We think we've got enough space. We park the car through the apex. We have the position. We look behind, and I think Nico Hulkenburg will take the checkered flag here. Here at Canada, we have won the Grand Prix in the Renault, coming from last all the way up to third. It's been a good race, a good fight, but if it weren't for that safety car, there's no way we could have won it. But we're not complaining, we'll take what we can get. Now, if you have enjoyed this video, do go subscribe. Any support is hugely appreciated. Also, leave a like on the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
The safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting.
Long discussions, oh you my cousin? No you wasn't, you just wanna ride. You just wanna talk about politics, Chicago shit and rock shit. Start dancing, ho.